fucking fight.
It doesn't have to be one. It's not like I'm saying, hey, choose fight.
You just said I get mad, I'm gonna scream.
No, I didn't say that's always the case. I said, yeah, I'm mad. It happens. It happens.
Yes, I know. It happens often.
If you think I'm some fucking tyrant or bully, then don't fucking be with me. But don't sit here and insult me like I'm the fuck up because I have the
You're
audacity
the one
to get
saying
mad.
that I'm the tyrant and the bully and at the same time the guy that runs away and
You run away every single fight.
Okay, so I mean, then what are you?
Then I'm not
doing
lying
with me?
about it.
Then what are you doing with me?
I already answered that. We went through this conversation literally 5 minutes ago. I answered this already 5 minutes ago.
You just said to me that I shouldn't be with you.
No, I said if
That's
you.
what I feel.
No, I said if I'm some, harping bully, which is what you make me sound like. Like I'm like constantly on you, making you feel bad. That's because that's what I do. And then you ignore everything. You take me for granted. You're ignoring everything that I do for you. You make me sound terrible. You talk about me in a terrible way. You do not fight for me. And then you want to sit here and make me sound so terrible to be around.
Fight for you?
You don't. Everything I've already explained.
No,
10 minutes before.
No, fight for you. I don't understand.
You never ever do the work. Put in the work. If we're arguing about something, you don't ever try to get to the bottom of it, figure out, make the peace. You want to make it easy on you, so you split. You don't fight for me. You don't fight when there's a problem. You don't come to me. You don't make peace with me. You never extend an olive branch. You're never the bigger guy. You're never the one that's like, okay, I'm going to put my own feelings aside for a second and say, this is bigger than us. Let's stop fighting. You never are the one to come and knock on my door. You take me for granted.
It's not true. It's not true. I'm not the one who fucking throws fucking pots and
That's
whatever
different.
Fucking else at me.
That's different. That's one does not negate the other. That's irrelevant. It's a complete non sequitur. Just because I've thrown pots and pans does not mean that you come and knock on the door. Just because there are vases does not mean that you come and knock on the door.
Really, I should just let you throw.
I'm not saying that. You're saying that. You're putting words in my mouth and then making non sequiturs.
I'm giving you a situation.
No, you're trying to justify how you don't or do come to the door
No,
based
I'm
on whether I throw pots and pans. It's irrelevant.
No, I'm justifying how you seem to think that there's this cowardice in me that runs away and I don't fight for you.
And you're justifying that by saying I throw pots and pans? Okay, cool. Let's talk about everything you do wrong.
I'm not the one who fucking did that. I didn't.
So that makes sense. That's clear. Yeah.
The only time I ever threw anything at you was when you fucking threw the cans at me in Australia.
Why are you trying to justify who throws things based on
Because
whether or not you come knocking on the door?
Because that is a fucking irrational and violent fucking maneuver. So a man would want to get out of that area so that he doesn't get so fucking angry that he actually does pop the fucking wife.
Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turn on all notifications so you know when I have my next video up. Now, this video, it took me a little while to do because I did a video of the female sociopath. how women who are sociopaths, how they will look. And yes, I know there are men sociopaths out there, but this video is more for men because a lot of us, and I know I used to have that thing that women have a halo above their head, especially certain nationalities of women. However, that is false. That is false. And I had to learn the hard way. Now, yes, I do think that it's possible that there are more evil men out there than women only because men sometimes are in positions that corrupt them. Well, it's not that the position corrupts them. It's just that they can't handle that much power or responsibility. Kind of like Puff Daddy or any dude that seems to get like a badge or something and can flaunt his power around. Sometimes he gets a little bit too much. And usually men who are narcissists are definitely physical or bullying, loud, rambunctious, and they can be more easily seen. Now, as for women, it's a little bit different because women usually have to move in a sense of manipulation, even though I do think that's more of a sociopath type of thing. But women who are narcissists, kind of like an Amber Hood Heard, that's why I used that video in the beginning. I'm glad I never deleted it because that is the exact example of a female narcissist without them also being physical, putting their hands on you. I think narcissist women or women who have narcissistic traits are more amped to put their hands on you. And this is another further definition of the female narcissist, a short one right here.
Narcissistic Traits Part 6. Combative. If it's one thing we've learned about narcissists, it's that they love to fight. They love to bait people into conflict. They love to stir the pot. Even though narcissists act like they're all big and bad and grandiose, we all know that they're extremely sensitive. And while most people are sensitive in their life at one point or another, a narcissist's sensitivity is extreme sensitivity. In fact, the smallest perceived criticism of a narcissist will make them feel offended or slighted. It may even cause them to spin out into rage. And this is oftentimes why we find ourselves walking on eggshells around them. Because we find that no matter what we do, we somehow piss them off. The narcissist is quite vulnerable, and they're easily angered and insulted. So you better believe that they're going to pick a fight. And they're going to bait you in because they love and feel powerful creating chaos. They thrive in chaos. So if you observe someone who is constantly baiting others into conflict, or if someone is constantly baiting you into conflict, or picking fights with you, red flag.
Wow. Well, that's definitely true. I know an ex of mine that's, I'm not going to say she's narcissist, but she does have narcissistic traits. And she does like to argue. Now, she has changed so far right now. But at the same time, I'm not in a relationship with her. But I do think she does self-reflect a little bit more now than what she used to. Maybe from some of my videos. I don't know. But see, that is why I do that thing of like not straight attacking women's character. I attack their behavior and how they are acting because some of them may not realize it because the simps or the weak men out there are letting them get away with highway robbery. So we have to stop that right there as men because women have to hold themselves accountable, but we have to hold them accountable too and letting them go. It is what it is. Giving them passes doesn't help them improve themselves. I'm a culprit in this because, especially with my ex-wife, I let her get away with quite a bit there were some things I did put my foot down, but as I say, it came to a point that I would be micromanaging everything that she's doing. So it's kind of like I would, I should have saved more, and then I should have left if she didn't change. And who knows, maybe that would have worked. But I have to admit, I think I was scared to do that. And I have to admit, I have a personality that at times do not like that conflict. But I'm also a person that's an either or person. Do I rather this or I rather that? If, and especially since I know now, letting a person's behavior go is going to affect me and give me trauma and strife on the long term, I need to check that quick because I already seen how that played out in one of my longest relationships. So we are not doing that shit over again. Okay, I learned my lesson right there. I wish I learned earlier. I wish men pulled me by the collar earlier and kind of gave me sound advice. Not women hating advice, but advice to somewhat check a woman. But I'm not the only one. I think men in general, especially when they are in a relationship, a marriage, they lose their nerve and they don't have frame pretty much. But I'm not talking about frame to be able to withstand her abuse. I'm talking about frame to be able to check her, conversate with her, and get her to stop. And as far as the arguing thing is, just that was too much. But see, I understand that women need that stimuli right there. And I understand to a certain degree because sometimes we are going to disagree. Sometimes people are going to get emotional. Sometimes people are going to get mad. But once it becomes a thing that is constantly all the time going in circles, arguing in circles, that's going to wear you out as a person. And it seems like they just thrive off of that. However, to show that I'm not just picking on the women, yes, men can be narcissists too, but I do not men that are sometimes narcissists. And of course, everybody throws that word around. So sometimes I think people just have narcissistic traits. But anyway, let that guy, what's his name, Hammock, let him, he's a diagnosed narcissist, let him tell you how narcissists feel when they do you wrong or bad.
Narcissists and toxic people know that they are treating you badly, that they are doing you wrong. And of course, if you're new here, I'm a narcissist. Actually, I have narcissistic personality disorder. So many people ask me, do narcissists know what they're doing? Do they know that they're treating us badly? Do they know that they're hurting our feelings and doing things like that? Yes, y'all. Most narcissistic people, toxic people, whatever, know exactly what they are doing to you. They might not know why they are doing it, but they know that they are doing you wrong because they know if you did the same exact thing to them that they are doing to you, they would not like it. They would not tolerate it. They would not accept it. They lie to you. Cool. You lie to them. Flame on. They cheat on you. Sorry, I wasn't trying to hurt you. You cheat on them. End of the world. World War III. I say a lot of people let narcissistic toxic behaviors slide because they don't think the narcissistic person knows what they're doing. They know, y'all. And another way that you can tell they know is because they want you to hide it. They want you to keep everything that they're doing bad to you a secret. Hope this helps.
Thanks, Lee. Lee Hammock. That's your name, right? Anyway, he says that he is a narcissist. Now, of course, though, he doesn't act like Andrew Tate, but he's in, well, I guess with the therapy, he's aware of how he is. And plus, I think not all narcissists move in the same kind of way. Some are more manipulative. Well, all of them use manipulation, but some straight try to bully you. Some try to play the victim. And not just narcissists will use that because sometimes people that are nice people will play the victim card. But I always think when a person, because sometimes I've done it in the past myself, when I'm feeling sorry for myself. But it wasn't for people to feel sorry for me. At least I don't think it was. It was more like, leave me alone. Let me just die. Let me, can I say that word? Let me just sleep in all day. Let me just stay under my rock or something. Just leave me alone. I think that that's usually how I felt whenever it was. I didn't want to go cry into somebody's lap or either tell them like, "Oh, woe is me, the sky is falling." But I do think in narcissist case, they do that, and I think they only do that when they want to use that as a power thing to manipulate an individual and pull on their heartstrings right there. Now, I'll say with my ex-wife, and only because of things that she said in her past, and it's not just her, most of the women that I've come across, yes, there are men as well, but however, though, women, y'all supposed to be the more fair, more warm, more empathetic gender. But that is false, at least from what I've learned with a lot of women that I've seen. They have empathy toward animals and kids. But when it comes to men and sometimes either even other women, well, they'll definitely have empathy with women way before men most of the time, most of them. But when it comes to men, a lot of times they have no empathy at all. They will just straight step on you. And I know a person in my past, say with a person that they was dating, that they was kind of just stepping all over. And I'd never forget when she said this, like, well, they're letting me treat them like that, so I'm going to treat them how they let me treat them. I believe that's how narcissists think, or either people that have narcissistic traits. Because what sane, kind person says that? Like, I'm not the best person because I'm tainted. I have trauma. I actually should get therapy. But even with that, I have that empathy thing of I want people to treat me how I'm treating them. Did I say that right? So it's not a selfish thing, and I will usually put myself out there first and treat them well. But I'm expecting them to treat me well too, since I'm treating them well. You understand what I'm saying? So that's how I operate. Now, I'm not one of those people that just, for the sake of being good, I'm just going to be good to everyone and have everybody treat me any kind of way. I may do that for a tiny bit of time, but not too long, because then I'm going to snap out of it and then I'm going to mirror back of what they are doing to me. So in that way, I'm not such a good person. But I think in I think the way that most people are today, that you should, as a empathetic person or a person that's kind, you need to have a switch or either a touch of narcissism in you, of being selfish, because I do believe narcissists can be selfish, but I do think you have to be selfish sometimes, that way people don't totally take advantage of you. And that is why, when a lot of times when women are saying self love, but no accountability, there's narcissism right there. Because you are not, most women that tout that, they cannot admit that they are wrong. They cannot put themselves in the other person's shoes. They don't care about the other person's shoes. They are concerned only about themselves. And for those women that say like, well, I always put everybody first, the only time I see women do that is when they doing it for the worst dudes, the worst girlfriends that don't care about them, that they just trying to be in the clique, uh, trying to be good. Yeah, being good graces. The people that have high status or no people. Yeah, you take and do it for those people right there, and then you get used and abused. And then when you come across good or kind people that will treat you well, you will dog them out. So that's where I think people need to snap out of that particular thing right there. So anyway, now I did this different than the sociopath one because I think that one needed more range or whatever of how each one operates. But I just believe narcissists come off as more mean. But they usually do look attractive. They usually do have certain quality and they can be charming. So they can turn on the nice to wrap you in. That includes both the men and the women. So that's pretty much it. Give me a like, a subscribe. And I think another video I need to do is because a lot of people like to throw that narcissist word around. Because some of you that are calling other people narcissists, some of you are narcissists or borderline. So I'm going to have to do a video that gets into that. But anyway, have a good day.
Of female narcissism that I want to bring to the forefront. It's a type of female that thinks that she can literally do no wrong. She is the one that claims that she's on a healing journey, but she's not going to therapy. Or if she is going to therapy, she's manipulating the therapist to believe that she's the victim. She doesn't take into account any part of what she's done to get the reaction out of said person she's claiming as the abuser. And if you at all, at any point in time, try to hold her accountable for things that she has done that was wrong, she's going to hate you. She's going to be really upset with you, and she's going to make you feel bad for it. When I say make you feel bad, she's going to shame you, and she's going to guilt you, and she's going to deflect that responsibility in a way to put you in a place that you are wrong. If they try to use their vulnerability, they only use it to get people to believe more of the fact that they're the victim. These females are dangerous, no matter how sweet they seem. That's all.